transported himself, a few of Sonic's animal friends, and Sonic himself into the real world. AKA Sonic X people. I'm doing a crappy paraphrasing of it, but that's the idea.
Knuckles!
So, the other version of it is that Robotnik appeared on Mobius and started taking over. They had then people fought back, blah blah blah, and that just kind of kept going. And they never left Mobius. And Mobius was a magical place filled with insanely large animals, forests, and interesting different cities and ruins and all sorts of crazy shit that no one really knows what the fuck is there for because no one actually explained it. There's the other version, which Robotnik appeared on Mobius at one point or another and became the trusted advisor and military advisor to the royalty of a certain city. They were... I can't actually remember the damn name of it. But eventually he formed a coup. And then there was the Rebel Resistance, which was Sonic and his friends, which he'd been doing since he was a small boy. Because the takeover was when he was a child.
Right.
And not really sure what came of that story. I'm pretty sure that just kept happening. Because Robotnik was roboticizing large sections at a time. And captured the brilliant engineer who helped figure out the robotization process of it, which was actually Sonic's uncle. Sonic's uncle originally designed the process to provide artificial limbs and bodies for those who were dying of sickness and old age, so that way they could live longer.
Right.
But the process ended up changing people, making them, killing off their consciousness and their soul, as it was. So he abandoned the project. Robotnik stole the plans for it and used it to roboticize most of Mobius.
Sonic has an uncle?
Yes, he does.
Tell me more.
Well, Sonic's uncle was a great engineer. He was the technical advisor to the king. Sonic grew up playing with the king's daughter, Sally.
Yes.
And they had a fun childhood together. And Sonic's uncle was a brilliant engineer.
Yes.
Didn't
Yes.
didn't really go into weapons or anything like that. He was a peaceful person, just like the city and the kingdom. And Robotnik had tried to work with him a few times, but he had refused to, just because he didn't care for weapons. And unfortunately, Sonic's uncle was the first one to be roboticized during the coup.
Is Sonic's uncle Metal Sonic?
No.
Oh.
Though his character design was inspired by such, because the show came out after that.
Yes.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I want that. How do I get that?
Yeah, I'm fuzzy on a lot of this stuff. There's gonna be a lot of people out there who saying you're getting it wrong.
That's fine. There's a story time with Naka, not story time with that person.
No, it's just letting people know. I'm not saying this is absolute truth. I'm paraphrasing here, and if I'm wrong, go on and let me know. Because it's been a while.
How do I get that to happen?
Yeah, actually, Sonic's uncle was also the first person to discover that there is actually a process to reverse robotization, as well as to resist it. He himself managed to hold on mentally and break free of the control when they used the cure to robotization that his notes that he had originally been looking for, like he'd been researching the reverse process.
Yeah.
Sally, who was actually a brilliant mind herself with the help of a few of their friends, and one person who had been partially roboticized, that's Sally, that would be Bunny Rabbit.
Bunny?
Bunny Rabbit, she was a friend of theirs, another one of, like there was a small group of children that were rescued and they pretty much became the renegade force. Bunny Rabbit was saved from the robotization chamber at the last second, losing her arms and legs. They're mechanical. She has super strength because of it, but the problem is, it's not the same. She can't quite feel it properly.
Bunny shoot.
Yep, poor Bunny Rabbit is partially roboticized. When they were looking for the cure, eventually they found a way to reverse the process, but it turned out to be temporary. Though Sonic risked the team and himself for daring Gambit to release his uncle. When he did so, they managed to get away, reverse the process, and he was back to being, well, a hedgehog again. Problem was, when the system started turning
Now the switch appears. What the fuck?
at last box.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the uncle started working from the inside because the roboticization process reversed. He went back to being a machine, but he was able to hold on to his consciousness. So he ended up being their inside agent in the Robotopia forces. And he gave hope to everybody that someday they could save everyone, because he was one of the first roboticized, so despite him being roboticized, he actually was still him.
Ah!
But yeah. Oh look, a box. Destroy the box.
No, I just checked it.
One of the neat things is that there was an ancient civilization. I can't really remember who the fuck it was. There was ancient civilization. There was all sorts of animals, and they all have different lores and whatnot. One of which was the dragons, which were nearly extinct.
There's dragons in Sonic?
Yeah, there was actually an entire race of dragons, but there was only a couple left. In fact, it was thought that they were all captured, roboticized, or killed.
Gotcha.
And one of the characters that was part of their team for a while that they had rescued was a dragon, who was still technically an infant. This dragon's lived a long, long time. And they actually find and save her mother. And it turns out that there's a small pocket resistance of dragons that had stayed hidden. And they're part of an ancient civilization. I think they're the ancient civilization. Heck, there's even a point where Sonic and Sally use the ancient ruins to go back in time.
Fuck.
Yes! Yes!
You don't have the thingy.
I do. Ha!
There you go.
Got him. I hope that was the end. But that's pretty cool. That was kind of
And
fun.
there's lots of cool stuff from that lore there. It's never actually explained why Sonic has super speed in the old lores, like in the different stories. It's kind of just a thing. He's always had some sort of special ability to run fast. And why actually when he gets transported to Earth he can run so fast, and why he's not harmed by it. The theory is that Mobius has a different level of atmosphere and gravity. Not necessarily higher, though that's one of the beliefs. Just because the different chemistry and makeup of physics on that planet, that when he is transported to Earth, he's not as easily affected, which gives him the ability to jump insanely high heights as well as run at insane speeds. Though it's kind of a touch and go because he was already quick on Mobius, so it's generally just the concept that he has super speed. Though there's actually a reverse of that, a reverse theory where on Mobius he's actually faster because he was able to run around the planet in a certain amount of seconds.
Wow, that's pretty fucked up. How small is the planet, though?
That's the thing. It's not actually sure how big the planet of Mobius is. And the other thing is it's not actually making sure how much atmosphere there is. Theoretically, there should be actually a greater level of atmosphere because it was originally almost all natural jungles.
Yeah. That's very, very good.
Or not entirely. It was just a very natural planet, really rich in life. It's kind of a ambiguous planet that never really...
Enjoy the giant mouse. Enjoy the giant man.
Not really a giant. I know, but they're not really giant. Look at those.
Those are.
Yeah, we're a little bit bigger. Sonic's like freaking 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I'm fucking going for point. Oh.
That's actually you know, strange and weird with Sonic X show. He shows up on Earth, and apparently people are just chill for no reason and kind of retarded. Because he shows up in the middle of the street, he just gets teleported there, everyone starts showing up around him, and he doesn't know how to communicate yet, or just doesn't try.
What's this?
CD. And the police officer goes to like handle situations like, oh, it's a wild animal. I think it's like some strange animal. not quite sure what it is. And he goes,